ரெக்கார்ட் பண்ணுங்க.
Can you able to see my screen, right?
Yes, correct, Ji.
Okay. So thanks for joining. So today's topic, let's do on the identity and access management. In short term, people call as IAM. So IAM, which is nothing but identity and access management. So, for example, if you join any of the company, basically they create your ID in the backend, and they create your employee ID. Employee ID will be tagged to your account, and as well as your email ID, your entity, I mean identity, will be done in the servers. So then what they do is they will provide you the employee ID and the password, and that password will be used across your account, which is tagged. So that's where ID, identity, and access management. For example, to know about your identity, you have Aadhaar card, PAN card, and other stuff. So the name written, and you are the authorized person that to access any of the portal. Same thing in AWS. We have identity and access management. So basically, what it does means it is centralized to control the AWS environment. So basically, what it does means it enables you to manage access to AWS services and resources securely. So to make the resources securely, the IAM comes in picture. Okay. So in IAM, so as we know that we can create and manage all the users and groups and use permission to allow or deny their access to AWS resources. For example, what we allow by default, what we allow in an organization. Okay, for example, Yuvraj wants to access a bucket or S3 because he has to work and he has to put his project files to S3 bucket. So that is called allow policy, a permission, whatever you can call it as. For example, I created a folder which is very, very important, which is legal folder. So legal folder, as you know that nobody should access. So what I will do is I will allow that bucket policy to restrict nobody should access my particular bucket. So bucket, I'm talking about the object which is created as legal, so that should not be accessed by any of the users. So there it comes as a Denny policy that we will come to know. Okay, so every policy stimulator, see, basically to allow or deny a policy, we use a JSON format. Using the policy stimulator, we can just we can create a JSON format. So by using the policy document. Okay. See, for example, if you log into your AWS console, and it is highly recommended, like you don't need have to use your root account. For always ensure that you will use only admin account. Basically, what happens is when you create a root account, and make sure that you enable with the MFA code, which is highly secure, and MFA code, which does what it does means it's a multi-factor authentication. For example, HDFC Bank or SBI Bank. When you're accessing your account, you'll get a OTP. So that is nothing but multi-factor authentication. For example, without OTP, however you have a password, but without OTP, you can't log into your account. So the same architecture, the same multi-factor authentication added towards AWS console. See, for example, when you create a user, when the MFA is enabled for that user, he or she has to install the Google Authenticator in the mobile and copy or scan the QR code, then enable the QR code in the mobile. So we're using the code numbers. What it does means it will allow you to access your account by using your MFA code. So if you lost MFA code, that is highly impossible to recover. However, you will have to raise a ticket with AWS team stating that this is what happened. My phone has been stolen or lost or something like that. So AWS support team can help you to get the MFA code, to reset the MFA code. So let's begin. So what it does means when you go to the main console of AWS, you can see a lot of services. In this security identity compliance, so where you can see IAM. So IAM, you can create, manage AWS users, and use permission to allow or deny their access to AWS resources. Let's talk about users. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a user. How to create a user? Okay. So in order to access a AWS console, either user can use the programmatical access, which is nothing but access key and the secret key, and we have a other option called AWS Manage Console Access. By enabling the password, you can join to the AWS console, and so you can able to sign in. So programmatical access, no need to log into the console. You can use access key and secret key to access. For example, you're using CLI or SDK or any other development tools. No need to log into the console. You can do anything from using the access key. But it is highly recommended that the access key and access key and secret key has to regenerate, because see, there is no password expire. There's the secret key or access key, it never expires. So in case if someone hack your system, if they get the access key or secret key, they can access your credentials in their system. So in order to avoid those things, we always have to recreate the secret key or the access key. So let's create a user called AWS demo user or demo user. So see, AWS has, you can create n number of users at one shot. Okay, so we can create a demo user two, demo user one, demo user three. So you can create multiple accounts, which makes administrator easy task. So what we can do is, but you can't saying like this, like either you can't do like this. So whatever you're giving, you can give all the three users. So individual user, if you want to give only programmatical access or the management, then you have to create individually. So in this case, I'm giving all the access. Let's let's CLI. Let's do a later part, which is programmatical access. So we can use our CLI command and how to access the S3 bucket, how to access all this stuff using the access key and secret key. We can see later in the part. So as of now, I'm going to teach you about the AWS Managed Console Access. So let's create a password. So I see in this case, I'm creating because this is a test demo. In case if you want, like you can auto generate and the mail will go to the user. However, I'm just using my own password. Okay, and user must create, for example, if you auto generated, the mail goes to the user, and user must create a new password on the next login. So that I'm skipping and just go here and see, for example, so what I created a group called EC2 limited access, EC2 S3 access. Okay, let's do this. Let's later we can add it, not an issue. That I will show you how to do that. So so by default, all three users doesn't have any permission. They don't have any permission. Okay, so what we can do is go to the dashboard. The user is created, and you can customize your sign in. I have customized as this name. You have to share this user, and one sec. So I will sign out here. Go to the new browser, and when you give that particular URL to the user of any user called demo user 123, okay, so just go here, and the account number by default it takes because I've shared the URL to the user. So now demo user 1, I've set the password default password, which is in my case. Okay, so don't think that it's a default password is dash dash. No, I'm setting as my password. So now user called demo user 1, which is connected to my profile, which is here. So let's see. I will go to EC2 example. User doesn't have any access rather than the console access. So if you go here, if running instance, I want to see the running instances. How many running instances are there? Nothing is there. So as of now, I have not created anything. However, just go to the new EC2 dashboard, and you can see number of whatever. Okay. So go to running instances. Example, user may think like, hey, I got it. Okay, can I perform the action? So if you see here, an error occurred fetching instance data. You're not authorized to perform this operation. Okay, let's user will be curious. Okay, hey, this is my first console access. Can I create the EC2 instances? Let's do what we can do is we can create this. Select this. User will select that, and user will get this error. Oh my goodness, what is that? An error occurred describing your selected AMI. It is nothing but, see, the particular user doesn't have the access. Okay, let's do one thing. We can give access to the user. Okay, so as we know that we can create the user, and let's go to groups. What I'm going to do is I have created this to limited access. I'm going to delete this. Okay, so that I can show you once again. I will delete this. Okay, so the group is nothing but, if for example in an organization, if number of users like say about 700 to 800 users, so every users will have a different rules and the permission. I'm going to say which I'm talking about, the rule is nothing but their designation. For example, one person who is an joined the AWS team as an admin, so he should have full access to the admin access. For example, someone who joined a developer team, but you need to limit his access to only related to the development. So what we can do is, for example, what it does means when you create a new group. Okay, so for example, administrator. Okay, AWS administrator. So when you create this um, group name as an administrator, click on next. Okay, so 180. Okay, so AWS administrator, otherwise AWS admin. Okay, otherwise you can specify a project. For example, IT operation team. So you can specify IT operations. Okay, so click on next. So here what we can do is, since we know the administrator who joined, he should have that access administrator, right? So in case if you don't know, so let's go to AWS managed one, and administrator, give this permission, and click on next, and create a group. So what happens is, whoever added to this IT operation group can able to have the user, can able to have administrator access. So let's add a demo user, which I have created as demo one user. Just add that user, only one that user I'll add it. Okay, and I've added only one user who is demo user one, which I'll refresh here. Okay, the moment I refresh, user will get automatically access to EC2. So if you see here, that means that whatever the admin whatever the admin group is added, user can directly create. For example, I've added to IT operations. See, so user can see he has all the admin permission, and he can go to S3, he can go whatever, he can do it. Okay, so let's do one thing. Okay, we have added this user demo user. Let's remove this user from the group. And now, when you go here, if I create a bucket, for example, refresh it because it needs refresh once. So user don't have any access. See, he is getting an error, bucket access denied. And if we go to EC2 instance, since we have removed the access, so he can't do anything. He can't do any creation of the S3 bucket. Nothing he can do. So, so what we can do is now let's do one more step ahead. So you know about what is the group. The group is number of people who joins the organization, irrespective of team. You can create a group and tag the permissions. And whenever users, so this will help you. For example, your manager will ask you, "Hey, how many admins are there? Can you extract the report? How many developers are there? How many has access, full access?" So basically you have to. So I will detach this policy. So I have detached that. So in an organization, you can just add the permission to the group and add the users so that you can distinguish how many users are there as an admin, how many users are a developer, how many users are HR, what is the policy attached, what is the permission given for the particular group. So this is one way to customize your IAM. So this is very important. However, I will delete this, as you know that how to create a group, how to add the users, how to add the permission. So let's talk about users. So whenever the user is created, so the first step what you do is you have to add the permission. That is your choice. You can add inline policy. So inline policy is nothing but for a specific user. No, I don't want to add any permission. I just want to make my own policy. So there, add inline policy. So inline policy is only the user specific policy. You can't attach to any of the other users because it is a single user policy. So when I add in here, okay, let's import the policy. So for example, I want to add particular user, demo user one. I want to give EC2 access, but I want to limit his access. Okay, so in this case, let's import the manage policy and let's go for EC2. Okay, EC2. See, if you see EC2, um, okay, I will EC2, I'll give full permission, okay, and import it. So what it does means now the policy will be importing. Okay. Now how to restrict some of the see, for example, for EC2 full permission, user can create a EC2 instance. User can create a ELB, elastic this load balancing, elastic load balancing. So if you go here, you can see whatever you can do on the you can create auto scaling. You can so but your manager will say, boss, this user is from he just limit his access, not full permission. He should create only EC2 instance, and he has to configure one the CloudWatch. So in this case, what you do is, okay, I will remove this. I will remove this policy. Okay, let it be CloudWatch. I will remove auto scaling. Why you need IAM? I will remove it. Okay, and remove the policy and user specific inline policy. User specific inline policy. Inline. Okay, so this otherwise you can make it as inline limited inline EC2 limited access. Limited access. Okay, so this you can do it. Now create the policy. So now what user can do is he can, if you go to the policy, if you go to JSON, and JSON talks about, see, user has access to CloudWatch and EC2. Okay, EC2 is any EC2. Okay, so go back to the user. Okay, let's create a let's create Windows server. Okay, which is yeah, you can select this or Microsoft code. Okay, so now
Yeah, IE you refresh, refresh.
no need to refresh. No need to
Because
refresh.
you order remove again to order the policy now, the group.
That will auto refresh. Okay, so let's see. Okay, you want to refresh, right? Okay, so refresh it. Okay, let's create a group. Let's create an instance. Okay, see, for example, I've given access to only EC2 and CloudWatch. Okay, let's see if we go here. Okay, select the operating system as whatever Windows, click on next configuration, and here you do not have permission to list, contact your administration. Okay, so 1A, enable none, click on next configuration, select the default storage, and let it be, call it as name, and demo server, configure, let it be the existing, and preview, and click on launch. So I will use the existing key pair of mine and launch it. So now, see, as we know that the permission whatever I've given only to create the EC2 instances, and user can create, and can create a CloudWatch also. Okay, so now let's see. I've given permission, not like I've not given permission for load balancer and any other stuff. Okay, let's see. I'll go to the load balancer. Okay, see, when I create HTTP ALB, excuse me, excuse me. So now you can see particular user doesn't have access to perform the load balancing. So that means that we have restricted the permission by editing the policy. However, user add access only to the EC2 instance creation. User can terminate also. Okay, see, user can terminate, user can delete, user can start, stop. So this is only limited access given to the user. So let's see, I've given CloudWatch also. Go to CloudWatch. See, I'm going completely directly because let's see now. If I go here, user have access. User can create a CloudWatch. Since we don't have any server now, but he can do whatever in the CloudWatch because he has the full access on the CloudWatch. Okay, so one thing you note it down. So what we have done is I will go to the demo user. So I've added the user, and this particular limited inline user you can't attach to any of the user because this is particular user specific. Okay, and group, you can add that user to the group, any group is created. And security credentials, here you can enable MFA for the user, virtual MFA device, the authenticator app installed on your mobile, and scan that and just attach it. And access advisor, this is like whatever he has, for example, to track. So see what it does means access advisor reports activity for services and S3 management action. To view action, choose the name. So recent service act appears within 4 hours. See now whatever we have given, it will just review. So this is what the username is demo, the CloudWatch. So this is what it gives. Okay, whatever when you access. So for example, so it shows whatever I have user access within 4 hours. It gives the report. Okay, so now let's go to the user and demo user one. So now we know about, I will remove this. Okay, so when I remove that, the user will not have access anything now. See, for example, if I refresh, user had the access to EC2 instance, but now since I've removed the inline policy, now user will not have access to create a CloudWatch or anything. So let's see. Um, let's go back. Go to EC2 only, and let's roll back to our this thing. CloudWatch also. We can see whether user will have access. User will not have access because we have removed the policy, the inline policy. See, when I select to create an AMI, so it is giving an error that you are not authorized to perform this operation. Okay, so this is what the access permission towards the user and permission and group. You know, group is used whenever you have a lot of users who is part of a different group, a different department called either IT operation team or the development team, testing team. So if you add the groups, always add the group to the user because that makes sense how many users are part of the AWS console. For example, if the user is added to AWS administrator, you can see list of users. So that makes sense. It is very easy to track. Okay, so the inline policy will be attached only to the user specific. Okay, and security credential, you know, you can enable MFA, you can create access key here, you can upload a public key. So so this is what about the users. When you go to the role, basically a role is nothing but a temporary. See, basically what I'm going to teach is, if in case what if you move to role is nothing but a temporary access without a credentials. For example, if you have a access key and a secret key, for example, someone has stolen your mobile, and they know what is the secret key, or your laptop, or anyone accessed your hacked your account, and they know about your secret key and the access key. In this case, they can access, because there is no expiry date for the access key, so they will access your account anywhere without your anything credentials. So that should not be case. So always make sure that you'll create a role. So role will assume that, okay, it will assume the role. So it has, see, basically IAM role are a secure way to grant permission to entitles that you can trust. Okay, and IAM user on another account. See, for example, Yuvraj and Guru. So they are from the different organization, but Yuvraj is joined Guru's organization. So Yuvraj has his own AWS account. So what we can do is we can club the two accounts as an AWS organization, and we can set a role. For example, Yuvraj account, it should be switched over to Guru from Guru's account. Okay, so I'll give an example how exactly. Okay, so so this I've created. I will delete this. So what we can do is, um, I'll go here. I've created two account. Okay, one is one more account. So if I switch role, otherwise let's see about that one second. See, basically, IAM role as basically as two main parts. What do you mean by main parts? Like it has a permission policy and it has a trust policy. Okay, these policies are basically JSON format. So basically, the role, basically what it does means it gives a temporary access without credentials. Okay, so IAM role has two main parts. What is that? It has main policy is permission policy and trust policy. So basically, these policies are a JSON format. Okay, and the permission policy describe the permission policies of the role, whereas the trust policy describes who can assume that role. Example: EC2 service, Lambda service, a specific account, etc. So that we can see. So what we can do is, I will go here. I'll go to the AWS organization, and so what do you mean by organization? See, for example, I have, see, I have created today this account, and I've created a primary account which is on 23rd 7 2020. So organization accounts. So here I can add multiple accounts. I can add multiple accounts. Okay. So let's go to the policy. Since I can add multiple accounts, it's all you can enable. As of now, I've disabled all the by default. So to organization account, new organization account, let's call it as admin. Under admin, you can move this. Move to administrator and move it. So what it does means, if you click on admin, you can see that particular account is moved to admin. So when I go to the root, I can see my primary account is this. Okay, now how to add a different account and how to switch over the role. For example, I will add the account. I will invite. For example, Yuvraj ID. What is Yuvraj ID? So let's see. So this is it helps. For example, you have multiple accounts in an organization or a different account. For example, Yuvraj joined like Yuvraj company, Guru has acquired. Okay, in that case, how to get that account in our account? Okay, okay. So first thing is you have to add that particular account. 69647190. Every account it will have um, account ID. Okay, if you don't know the account ID, give that email ID. Okay, so notes, trust between adding the account, primary account, trust. Okay, so basically I'm adding the user called either your email ID or your name. Okay, invite. So Yuvraj, can you open your email? Yuvraj,
Yeah, 1 minute, 1 minute.
whatever associated with that particular account. This I'm just giving an example. I will teach about what exactly AWS organization does. Okay, I just want to test this account because I've already tested for one of the account and it is successful. That is in own ID. Okay, so you got any email?
No, I know I like 1 minute, 1 minute.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I got email just now.
Yeah, just what is that email all about? Can you just read that?
Your AWS account has been invited to join an AWS organization.
Yes. Can you join?
Yeah.
Just click on join.
Yeah. To view the invitation, including the feature to have been enabled, click this link.
Yeah. Yes. So what we are doing is basically, for example, your company has been acquired or you joined or multiple accounts. So instead of going to your account in a separate console or to enter your admin account or something like that. So what we are trying to do is we are
Now I log
adding.
into my account. Now I log into my account.
No, no, no. No, no, no. When you got an email, whether you have to verify or what is that? Can you read that email? You have to verify your account. That's it. You have to verify.
Yeah.
You have to join. Still, it is the status is open. You have to accept. So when you accept only, I can see. Can you open that email and can you read for me, please?
Yeah. Your AWS account has been invited to join an AWS organization.
Yeah.
Hello.
Hello. Yeah.
Yeah, owned by Guru AWS Gmail.com. Would you like to add AWS account for like the number to this
Yeah.
organization
Yeah.
and the number of account?
Yeah. Join that account.
Oh, yeah, 1 minute. Just now I find out the joining option.
Now, after that, what is there?
Any link is there? Yeah, some of paragraph there.
I will go.
The following.
I'll go through my email one second because
Yeah.
I've added my account. So I will read it for you one second. So whenever I sent an invite, I'll get an email stating that. So we requested. Okay, one second.
Yeah, 1 minute, 1 minute. Yeah. Now it's showing, now I log into my account. Here it's showing AWS organization invitation. Accept or
Yeah,
decline?
accept it. If you accept, that will be added to my account, and I'll show
Okay.
what exactly we have done.
Organization ID, master account name, and master account email ID, request to control. Enable all the features.
Yes.
The master account pays for the charges occurred by all member account and can attach policy based control
Yeah,
to
you
the
can. You
member
just
account.
accept it. Accept it. I will show you your account. I will enable. I will show your account.
This AWS account is already member of the organization.
Okay.
I accept, I give accept, but it is showing the error. AWS account is already a member of the member of an organization.
I don't know what it is, but I can see the status is open. If you see my screen, I've added one of the user called here, and you can see the date which I've created. The
I
account
think you
I've
are already ordered my account.
no, I've not added. I see the invitation which I've sent. It's still on pending. Okay, so
Actually,
because
I'm
I was
refresh.
no, it's not. It's not. It is still open.
Status is
See,
open.
yes, until unless you accept, I can't add. You can't join to my.
I think maybe login to root account again. I think now I log in console. I think login to root account maybe
You
again.
have to
1 minute.
log in as root account, not console, not
Oh,
administrator. Administrator will not
okay,
have
okay.
full control of your thing, right? So
Fine,
you
fine.
are.
Yes, yes. Fine, fine. 1 minute, 1 minute. 1 minute.
Let's see. See, this why I'm showing here is role. In what way we can create roles and AWS organization, how to attach a new account to your account, where you can switch the role and give the permission from that role. Okay, once you add that, let me know so that I can show you how exactly. Okay, so I can show you how to switch the user role and without going to the user account. So this will help when someone joins, or you want to join multiple accounts in the same organization, and that will make administrator, he can do whatever, he can switch the role anytime. Let me know
Guruji,
once.
the same thing as this. The AWS account is already member of the organization. Is showing that error.
But I have not added, right? If you see everywhere, it is not added. Okay, you disable your account. One sec. You close your account. One sec. I log in here.
Okay.
Let's do one thing.
Now I log off my account.
Log off, right? Because I've tried creating a role. Maybe because of that. Let's log into your account from here. Okay. Let's one sec. Let's see. So that so I will log in as a root account, and one sec. What is the email ID you've given?
I already shared no.
No, email ID you have not shared. Email, I have a password, but email ID. Can you tell me the email ID?
PE here.
Huh?
PE pepperx27gmail.com.
Pepper RX, huh? Pepper X.
Only X.
Okay, at gmail.com, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. So password also say, password whatever you've given, right?
Password no. Password is a different. Root account, AM account is different. The root account also different.
Okay, can you message me the password?
Yeah, I sent a WhatsApp. 1 minute.
Yeah, yeah. So that I have your IAM account password, but so in the real case also same thing will be done. Okay, basically you want to join your organization, So yeah, let's see.
Yeah, you check your WhatsApp.
Yeah. So first letter is
First
cap.
letter caps. Yes,
Okay.
correct.
I got
Caps.
it. So yeah. So what we can do now is, I'll go to. You can see my screen, right?
Yeah, I see your screen.
See what I'm trying to explain here is, I'm adding your account to my ID. Okay. So if doesn't work, let's see later. Okay. So invitation.
I share the link, invitation link.
One sec.
Yeah.
Invitation you've not got here, but basically this is your master, and whatever it is added, that will come in picture. So but we don't have that invitation. Okay, invite account that. Okay, one sec. I think it's.
Okay, please. I share the link. Please log out again to check master account.
Huh?
I share the link, invitation link.
Where?
I sent to that chat. You log out again to go to the link. After that, you log in that account, the same account. Check this link. You close it and check this link.
There's no pending. Okay, there's no pending invitation. Okay, I think it is taken now.
No, Ji, Guruji,
Hmm.
you log out this account. Okay, you check the chat box. I shared that link, the activation link.
Oh, is it?
You
One
click
sec.
the link and go
One
to
sec.
login the
One
root
sec.
user.
One sec.
You're accepting.
Okay.
No?
Okay. Accept. Confirm. Okay. I think this is a bug actually. Maybe it is not working. Decline. Let's decline this. Okay. Okay. Now it's like it is not working for your account, because which I tried yesterday. It was not working. So, however, no problem. I've already see. I declined, right? So you can see here. You can see I declined from your account.
I think 26 yesterday, day of yesterday also you give the request, I
Yeah,
think.
I tried actually, but
That request I log in to accept.
yeah, but anyway, we've deleted, right? No problem. You have to accept that, because I don't have access to your email account and all, right? So anyhow, I'll show it in this case. So see, whenever you go to, for example, AWS organization, you don't have any stuff. Okay, so you will have only master ID, which is your ID. It will show as a star, which is nothing but your master account. So in this case, I have added one more account called this one. Okay. So how to
Okay.
add an account? Just click on add account. Okay. Either you create
Okay.
here or invite account. So if you know the account ID, you have to invite. The invite will go particular user and he has to accept. Once he accept, okay. So once he's
Okay.
accepted, it will show as created, because I've created an account instead of add account. See, I just click on add account. I
I
created an
think
account.
this cons on I think this concept for that your mobile number of mail ID you attach switch
Yes.
to one
See,
mail to another mail ID.
for example, if you see in my email, I can switch over to any user. Okay.
Yeah, the
So
same concept, no?
same concept. So now,
Okay.
see, for the first time when you add that user, Okay, I've added this user. Okay, I will go to this particular user. Let's see. Console. I'll show you what exactly I've done. Okay, so when you go to console AWS, okay, so now I will show you what exactly once you add the organization. Okay, still it is your sign out. Okay, close this account, go to the new mail. Okay, and see, I'm adding different account. Okay, I'm not adding the same account. I'm adding a different account which is created by me today. Okay. Okay. So what I'll do is first
Okay.
you need to log in as an console, log in as a root app user. Okay. So this is one more account which I've created today. Okay. I have to enable my MFA. I'll enable that. So that is important. Okay. So once you add that row, once you added that user in your thing, so what you do is go to a role, go to IAM and roles. See, I'm going to create account. For example, Yuvraj wants to give access to Guru. So he has to create a role from his system. Okay. So what I will create as another user account. Okay. So I'll go to my account. I'll copy the primary account of Guru. Okay. I will copy here. I will go back here and add that. Okay, see for example, for the best practice require MFA. If you enable MFA also, without MFA, nobody can switch the role. Okay, so now here, what I'll give is, one sec, let it load. Okay, so what I'll do is, I will give only EC2 access. Okay, I will give EC2 access. For example, Yuvraj company joined and they want to give access to Guru as a EC2 full access. Okay. Now, name it as whatever providing no, access to EC2 access to Guru. EC2 permission to Guru. Okay. So next, and here EC2, you should remember this. Okay, full access, you should remember the role. Okay, so EC2 full access to Guru account. Don't get confused, this is like a very big topic, but how real time we do this is what, create a role, done. So what I can do is I'll go to this role, copy this role. Okay, Yuvraj, you have to copy this role. What I've given is I've created a role for Guru that he has to switch the role and he should have admin access. Okay, so I will go here to my Guru account and I'll go to here administrator and go to switch role. Okay, when I click on switch role, I have to enable what account, whatever whoever given their account. Okay, go to dashboard. Here you can see the account ID number. I will copy this account. I will paste it here and role what we have given. Go back there and I think we copied, right? Okay, we copied just now on the account. Go to roles, but for a easier purpose, make a note in the notepad so that you don't need to uh, go again and copy. So copy this role name, copy that and go back here and paste it, and display name. What I can do, I can give either Yuvra as the name of the person. Okay, this is test role Guru. Okay, whatever name you prefer, or another account of another, so the same name it will prefer another organization, or you can call it as any name, IBM. Okay, we have taken IBM company and switch role. So what I did, I've created a role in other account. So this, since we don't have access to their organization, full access, only I've created that. Okay, this is a normal. If you see here, Yuvraj, you can see now
Yes,
I'm
Guruji.
using his account. Okay, what access I've given only EC2. I'll go to EC2 and I'm creating example. I'll show you. Wait, I will create here. For example, I'm creating here EC2 instance. Same EC2 I have to see in his account. Okay, for example, select this, click next, next, review and launch it. Okay, so uh, just for this one, right? Just uh, proceed without a key. Okay, I acknowledge. This is for testing purpose, no? So just launch it. Okay, so now what I did is I have switched over the role as IBM, and I've created an instance, whatever instances, whatever you call it as. I will go to his account. Okay, I will go to his account dashboard, and I can see Guru has created an instance and it is running now. See, because I've created a role called only normal role, right? Only EC2 role, which I've given full permission. So now I'll go to my account, Guru account. See, it is running. Okay, what I'll do is Guru will terminate this instance, whatever created. So in other account, will you able to see or no? What happens if you terminate here, Yuvraj?
The same account also reply to the termination that account also.
Correct. That is what the beauty of AWS organization. See, I will refresh here. See, it is automatically going. I didn't refresh, right? I didn't refresh. It is automatically shutting down. If you see here, the moment it shut down, terminated, right? I've just terminated. Refresh it, because see, it should show as a terminated. See, this is the beauty of changing the switch role from one account to other account. Okay, and you can restrict the policy. I've given access only to full access only to EC2. Okay, let's do. I've given access only to EC2. I should not have access to S3, right? I've given only permission to EC2. EC2 you can create. EC2 you can see test bucket, test Guru 1 2 3 4. Create bucket. I can't create because I have not given role to create a bucket, right? I have given role as you can create only EC2. This is the beauty of, and I want to go back to my primary account, back to the account which you were using earlier, the original account. Okay, so I am switch off to my original account, which is my primary account. Okay, got it right, Yuvraj?
Yes, Guruji, I got it. That
So
point.
see, now you see, I can't see terminate instances. I can't see anything because I've done in your account, which is, see, though I can see because this is like demo server which I've done in differently, right? Okay, let's see, switch over the role. Let's see whether that particular is created as a demo server. No, I have not given any name, right? So if I go back to my account, I should not see that particular whatever I've done it, right? Because I've done in a different account. Got it, right? But without going to your account, without entering the password, without doing anything. I have switched off the role here. This is the beauty concept of IAM role between two different accounts using AWS organization. This is where every company does. Okay, so when an IAM user from the different AWS account assumes an IAM role of another account using the switch account feature in AWS console using the API, the temporary credential from STC will replace his or her existing credential of trusted account. So see, this is where you got the concept of AWS organization, right? So this is where the
Yes,
organization.
Guruji.
Yes, this
It's
is what. Uh,
very
only thing is we have to be very careful when we set an invite. The person of the receiver should accept the invitation. In your case, I've already tried. Because of that, maybe you have an older email. When you click on accept, that may agree. Because see, you got multiple invites, right? For example, you got multiple OTPs, multiple things. Maybe because of that you're getting an error, right? So this is all about policy. This is all about roles, users, and role you can create a different. For example, we created a different. See, for example, I can create a role in the existing. I've created a role for other account. Web identity. See, web identity is nothing but see, login with Facebook, Google, or any account you can create it. And SAML, this is nothing but to for example, Yuvraj works for so and so company. Okay, see, for example, IAM user can withstand only 5,000 users. So your organization has 10,000 to 20,000 users. So when you do SML provider, when you enable that, so whatever the users are created in the on premises, that will authenticate with your AD and password. Okay, so that is where it allows. Okay, you no need to I enter your AWS console ID. Okay, you have to enter your AD and password. Okay, so create new provider. Okay, create provider and create choose. See, choose SAML. So in this case, the provider name, you can call it as whatever the name you have given in your organization. So I will call it as my company. Okay, I'm giving an example. See, every company will have the metadata document. Okay, so when you go to the server, you can download the metadata document. Then go there, just attach that file, attach that metadata data. Metadata document is nothing but what is metadata? Data of data, right? See, for example, in this case, I will go back to here. Good. Okay. So if I go here, this is my metadata. Whatever I can see, what is the server, what is the name I've given, everything. So same thing in an organization, he has to download that particular file and attach that file and go to next step. And here, once you verify, click on finish, and it will does the handshaking between AWS and your on premises, and you can use that AD and password. Okay, so now I'm stopping here. Yuvraj.